Hello gents! Today I'm going to teach you how to build two simple shelters out of a tarp. What you need for this is a 12 by 16 tarp, some 550 cord, and some tent pegs or stakes. Now I did not invent either of these shelters I'm going to show you today. I learned both of these when I was a scout, but I've used them a lot. They're very effective and I think you're going to like them. The first one is a tent that's useful for when you're sleeping on the ground. The second one is a cover. It's kind of like a tent, but it's a cover that's used for when you're sleeping in a hammock or on a cot. So let me show you both of them now. You're gonna love these. For your tarp tent, the first thing you want to do is find a pole like this. You're gonna need one that's about 8 feet long because that's half the length of the long side of the tent, or of the tarp. Now I pounded a nail into the top of my 8-foot pole like this. First thing I did is took the tarp and I folded it in half and laid it out on the ground here. So now the long side of it's going to be 12 feet long and the folded over side is going to be 8 feet long each, the same length as the pole. First, go to the back corner and stake that corner down. With the back corner staked down, next step is take your pole, tie your 550 cord around the top, like this. Then I'm going to take my nail, stick it through the grommet on the corner of the same folded edge where I've staked down the back. I'm going to stick it through and prop it up. Then I'm going to take the other end of this cord and stake that down. At this point, it's pretty precarious with just the back corner staked and the front staked down to that pole. Now I'm going to take the two front corners, pull them out, stake them down, and fold the floor underneath. The important part here when staking down the front corners is that the edges on the side are tight. Okay, let me give you a 360 view of this bad boy. After you get the 4 pegs down, the stake in the back, the 2 stakes in the front, and the one on the cord, you might have to make some adjustments to get it all tight. But there's what you're looking at. Now optionally, you can hold the upper part of the door closed with zip ties. Voila! Let's throw the doors open and have a look inside. As you can clearly see, the floor is covered because the ends of the tarp folded underneath, butted together, and now you're protected from the ground if you want. I'm going to get my sleeping pad, blow it up, and have a little nap. Here is the second shelter. This is the one you want to make if you're going to sleep in a cot or sleep in a hammock. This one is so easy to build that I'm not even going to demonstrate it. I think I can just tell you about it and you will understand just fine. The first thing you want to do is take some 550 cord and run a ridge line between the 2 trees that you're going to use for your hammock, or if it's a cot, just 2 trees in general. Sling this across here and tighten it up super tight using a taut line hitch. If you don't know how to tie a taut line hitch, you need to know how to do that. I'm not going to show you how. Just pause this, go find out how, and come back. It's so easy, but it's one that you really got to know. So with the tight ridge line, you sling the tarp over the ridge line long ways. So with a 12x16 tarp, you've got 8 feet to play with on both ends, and it extends 12 feet lengthwise. Once you have it slung over, you take the bottom and you meet the corners up in the front right here, and you stake them down on both sides. Then you pull the bottom out to the next grommet on each side and stake those down. This gives you a perfect A-frame, and you've got a floor. Same thing on both sides. Let me tell you what I love about this one. It is super simple. There are more complex ones you can make, and I have done that. I like simplicity. This is completely functional. It keeps you completely dry, and you have a full floor. I really like having a floor. Whether it's a cot, whether it's a hammock, there's just something nice about having a floor to step on. The other benefit of this is you don't have any lines going out from it that people are going to trip on. Every time I make one with the lines, like the guy lines that come out, and you're tying it off to a tree or a rock or something, your kids are tripping over them, or you're tripping over them, and it's super annoying, and people don't like it. I don't like that. But this way, simplicity and functionality. After that was set up, I went ahead and slung my hammock in there today. Like I said, this works great for a hammock or a tarp. So now I'm going to go jump in my hammock, and I'm going to sleep. If it bothers you that the sides of the tarp touch you while you're in your hammock, then maybe this one's not for you, because they do touch. Doesn't bother me at all. I don't mind when I lean back and forth and hit against there. Some people I've seen do one like this, but they put ties on the outside and pull it out so it's away from the hammock a little bit. But then you're kind of defeating the benefit of not having those lines poking out. So for me, this one is the best of all worlds, both for a hammock and a cot. Thanks for watching. I hope you use these, and I hope you enjoy these. Now get out there and have fun. See you soon, gents. Oh, still here? Well, then I have a little question for you. When you're out camping, do you prefer to sleep in a hammock, on a cot, or on a pad? Tell me in the comments and tell me why.